What are we wasting our time talking about the cemetery business for? When Benson starts singing to the grand jury, we better start making funeral plans for ourselves.
What's the matter, Trailer? Can't you take a little heat?
Want to see a little heat, Kiefer?
Hey, come on, take it easy now.
That's exactly why I don't allow guns at the conference table. This is a business meeting. Suppose we get back to business.
That's my point. There ain't gonna be any business when Benson gets through with us.
I agree with you, Trailer, but I'm ahead of you. We're going to take care of Benson so he won't say anything.
Yeah? How are you gonna get to him? You have to get past Commissioner McMILLAN first.
Just know, Trailer, that I'm ahead of you. Now, you worry about your territory and leave the rest to me. When was the last time the rest of you businessmen checked the figures from your territories? Only $20 million in off-track bidding, and that includes concessions. And the numbers are way off.
Prostitution's way off, too.
Trailer, hasn't anybody explained the new morality to you?
Yeah, but I ain't buying it.
Well, that's the trouble. Nobody's buying these days.
Get the guns, Carstairs!
No. No, Commissioner. Is this the end of court? Well done. Get up, you bums. I want you to meet our new partner, the Commissioner.
Hey, what is this?
What do you mean?
McMillan is joining us?
Now, in a manner of speaking, yes. The Commissioner has decided he'd rather switch than fight.
I don't believe it.
It's a trap.
No, don't trap. Gentlemen, I want you to meet the next police commissioner of San Francisco, Claudio Manton. Nice to meet you. Heard a lot about you, boys. You should have seen your faces. You really thought it was McMillan.
Blanks.
What about the voice? He don't sound exactly the same.
We'll handle that. This thing has been in the works for a long time now, ever since I bumped into the commissioner in Palm Beach. First, I said to myself, you're going crazy. And then I said, Carstairs, my boy, this could be the way to get you past McMillan and deal with Benson.
What about the eyes? There's something different with the eyes.
Very observant, Trailer. A different color. And we have to do something about the brow. And I believe the hair has to have something done with it. Don't worry about it. I've got some ideas. There's still a little work to do. We'll handle it. We'll handle everything.
I bought you that one because you like the other one so much.
Thank you.
I thought that conversation stopper got lost in the cleaners.
This is a new one Sally bought to replace the other.
Do you know the cleaners swore they didn't lose it?
Yes. I wonder who did. How about some eggs this morning, Commissioner?
No, Mildred, thank you. I only have time for coffee.
Okay.
Enright's due here any minute with the latest doctor's report on Benson.
How long do you think it'll be before you can see him again?
Not until the day after tomorrow.
You know, I'll be glad when this is over. You've only been working on it for about a year.
Well, getting Benson to testify was the big break. Now all I have to do is get him safely to the grand jury, and then all I have to do is make sure he lives a long and happy life afterwards. Well, that's it, right? Morning, Sergeant.
Bye, Merrick.
Bye.
Have a nice day.
Nice. Very nice. See, the commissioner's got good taste. Well, now you've seen the wife, the house, and his associate.
I don't know about this tie.
Huh? Yeah, that's the kind of a tie only a wife could buy.
When does the eye job get finished?
All in good time, you guys. Think I'd have tackled this job, I couldn't handle it. You tackled it for $250,000. I'll decide when and if you pull it off.
Well, he'll be ready, sir. The doctor said it was just a matter of days.
How's he feeling? Fine.
He asked for a shot of whiskey with breakfast this morning.
You gave it to him, didn't you?
I did. That Benson's a gutsy little guy. He, really trusts you, Commissioner.
I know. And Carstairs will do everything in his power to get to him.
No way. This place is maximum security. That's if anybody knew where he was.
Yeah, well, let's keep it that way.
The press has been asking an awful lot of questions, sir.
Yeah, that's next. No, that is not what I'm saying, Miss Edwards. I said the investigation is proceeding as planned, and we're pleased with its progress. And we do hope to wind it up in the near future.
Navarro, UPI. Mr. Commissioner, can you explain the delay in Harry Benson's testimony?
We have other testimony to take as well. Benson will testify when we need him.
Jones Daily Chronicle. Do you think with Benson's testimony you'll be able to break up the Carstairs organization?
I believe when all the information is in, the grand jury will be able to return an indictment.
Smithers, Atlas Press.
Carry the burden of the world, do you, Harry?
Isn't it true that big money's trying to squelch this investigation, and that's the real reason for the delay?
I'm sure you want to rephrase that question.
I'll repeat the question, sir. Isn't it true that the real reason for the delay in the Carstairs investigation is that someone's buying time?
No one is buying anything or on the take. And there's no delay. No one is buying anything. No one is buying anything.
No. Now let's try it again.
No one is buying anything. No one is buying anything.
That's better.
Or on the take. And there's no delay. Or on the take. And there's no delay.
It's good. It's good, yeah. Let's go on.
We're proceeding as planned. We feel we have the evidence to bring an end to the Carstairs operation. We're proceeding as planned. We feel we're bringing an end to the Carstairs operation. Still at it.
Just a little touch-up work, bud. He's almost there.
Almost is not good enough. We paid you plenty, O'Day. If this don't work, you not only don't play Vegas, you don't play. Period.
Well, he's gonna be great. Just listen.
And it will be presented to the grand jury at the appropriate time. Will be presented to the grand jury at the appropriate time.
Hey, that's good.
What do you mean good? He's perfect.
Perfect.
He's got it. 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 Ah, you got it. You got it. He's got it. I can't wait for this guy to go back to Vegas. He makes me nervous.
Hey, O'Day. O'Day! That'll be enough. We'll take care of you later.
Pleasure working with you, sweetheart. You want anything, just whistle.
Well, so you're finally ready. To my villa, somewhere in Spain. Thank you, Commissioner McMILLAN.
It's going to be quite a coup for you, Commissioner. Benson's testimony, especially with Benson stashed away in a hospital. That's the one place Carstairs would never think of looking.
What makes you so sure?
Face it, Commissioner. He's had his crack and he missed. Why, he's not even making a noise anymore.
That's what worries me.
Oh, good morning, Commissioner.
Good morning.
You startled me. I was just putting this report on your desk.
Where's June?
She phoned in ill, sir. I'm Miss Jones, your temporary secretary.
How is she?
Well, I don't really know, sir. I don't think it's anything too serious.
I presume Mrs. Wiggins has briefed you on our procedures.
Oh, yes, sir. My letters of recommendation are with your morning mail.
Oh, well, that's fine. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. I'll buzz you if I need you. Thank you.
Yes, of course, sir. Oh, by the way, Commissioner, I confirmed your dinner reservation for tonight, 8 o'clock at La Poulette.
How did you know my plan?
Well, you wrote a little reminder on your desk calendar to check the reservation, and I just thought I'd save you the trouble.
Well, you're much too efficient to be a temporary secretary, Miss Jones. A mind like yours deserves tenure.
Well, thank you, Commissioner. Would you like your morning coffee now? I believe you take it black.
Thank you.
And cream and sugar for you, right, Sergeant?
Yes. Thank you very much.
Be right back.
June always brings it to me black.
You always drink it.
Well, I hate to make trouble.
Enright, forget you ever heard about La Poulette. Sally would never forgive me if I let business interfere with this evening.
Is it a special occasion tonight, sir?
Uh-huh.
It isn't your wedding anniversary, is it?
No, the wedding was several months later. You know, Charlie, I've been thinking you should go out more. Really. You're never going to have an anniversary to celebrate unless you get started.
Well, I'll get right on that, sir.
Yes, it's a first-class job, all right. But when the good doctor does a job, it's always perfect. Nicht wahr?
All right. You're the best. Get on with it.
The lids have healed perfectly. Now,
Let me do it. I've worn contact lenses before. Half of the old, half of the new.
perfect. Yes, I agree. Well, gentlemen, I'll be on my way.
Yes, thank you, Doctor. Joey.
This is what he's going to wear tonight. Here's the watch and the ring in here.
Now, let's get to it.
Goodbye, old friend.
You arrive at the commissioner's office in the morning. You find out where they're keeping Benson. Arrange to have him transferred to safer quarters. We'll provide the police to pick him up. All you have to do is to make sure they hand him over to us.
That takes care of tomorrow. What about tonight?
There's a car waiting outside to take you to the restaurant.
Good. I hear Frisco restaurants are excellent. And I'm looking forward to having dinner with my wife.
The exchange will take place after dinner. The less time you spend across the table from your wife, the better. You're in dangerous territory every time you're with her. Remember that?
Oh, come on. I've been fooling women since I was 15.
Now, listen, Madden. You're to spend as little time with her as possible.
What I have in mind shouldn't take too long.
She's going home by herself. You're going to invent some kind of a late meeting, and you'll spend the night in a hotel.
That's too bad. The first time in my life would have been legit. Oh, well.
Any other questions?
Yeah. When do I collect the other half of my money?
When the job's done. Car's waiting. You better get started.
Please. Allow me to finish my champagne.
I can't believe we're sitting here after all these years. What made you remember?
What made you think I'd forget?
Well, it's been a long time since that weekend you abducted me.
Abducted.
Well, isn't that what you call it when you're not married?
Not for someone who acted as married as you did.
Well, I was bluffing. When we stopped here for dinner on our way home, I thought it was probably the last meal that we'd ever eat together.
Well, that doesn't say very much for the weekend.
Well, your reputation preceded you. I thought I'd just become another number in your little black book.
And to think I was sitting here wondering how I could ever get through another meal without you.
Well, I was sitting across from you wondering if I'd ever hear from you again. This was a lovely idea. Unofficial anniversaries are the best.
You know, this place hasn't changed at all. And neither have you.
Oh, yes, I have. And I'm glad. Tonight, I know that no matter what I say or do, I'll be seeing you in the morning.
Commissioner McMILLAN,
Yes?
there's a telephone call for you, sir.
For me, are you sure?
Yes, sir.
There must be some mistake.
You must have told someone.
Only my secretary, but I told her not to call me under any circumstance.
Well, maybe it's an emergency.
Or I'm right. I told him to take the night off, but somehow that's very hard for him to do. Where's the phone?
Follow me, sir.
Hello?
Hello, Commissioner. Move.
Darling, I'm sorry.
Mac, what is it? Is everything all right?
Perfect. There's an emergency downtown. I'll be in meetings most of the night.
Oh, Mac, not tonight.
You know I didn't plan it that way, but I had no other choice.
Well, Mac, what happened?
I'll tell you everything later. You take the car. I'll grab a taxi cab. About tonight, darling. I'll be very late, probably all night.
You're obviously not telling me everything. I have to believe there's a reason.
There is. Thank you, darling. I have to hurry. They're waiting for me.
Mac, thank you for tonight. It was a lovely idea coming back here.
Bye.
Oh, hi, Mac. Oh, long time no see.
Oh, hi. How have you been?
You all right? You hurt? Okay.
Look, you, gotta be more careful. You almost walked right into my car.
I'm sorry.
Well, what happened?
I got dizzy.
Why don't you let me run you over to the hospital? Angel of Heaven's
really,
just a
I'm
couple
fine.
blocks from here.
I'm fine.
When's the last time you ate?
Oh, I don't remember.
Well, if you've had time to forget, you must be pretty hungry.
Look, it's not your problem, really.
Look, miss, I'm a policeman. I'm Detective Sergeant Charles Enright of the San Francisco Police Department.
Are you gonna bust me?
No. I'm going to take you to dinner.
That's all right, Mildred. I'm alone.
What happened to Mr. Romance?
Oh, he got called to a meeting. Said it could be kind of late. Might be all night. Sometimes I just don't understand him.
What's to understand? He's a man. That says it all.
He can be so sweet, so thoughtful. Flowers all over the house, the music on when I come in the door. He obviously knew how special this night was to me. He even ordered that same dinner that we had there that night. Fettuccine Alfredo. That was the first time I'd ever had it.
Well, honey, that's the way they are. They remember the little things, they forget the big ones. Like coming home.
I don't know how they got the number. He said he didn't leave it.
Are you sure it was a they that called and not a she? You did say he'd work all night.
Mildred, you know that I trust Matt completely.
I know. That's why we make such a good team. I don't trust him at all.
You seem to have a lot on your mind tonight, Commissioner.
Front desk. Yes, Commissioner?
Would you dial my home, please? Number is 555-0761.
I'm sorry, Commissioner, but that is not a working number tonight.
May I ask where you're going, Commissioner?
For a little fresh air. Is it any of your business?
Well, if it's fresh air you want, why don't I open the window for you? A walk wouldn't be as healthy. Your doctor ordered complete rest for tonight, you know?
What doctor?
I believe he said his name was Carstairs.
Welcome, Commissioner. You've obviously been misled about the salary of a police commissioner. What do you hope to get for me?
Save your breath, Commissioner. We're not here to answer any of your questions.
I feel I must warn you, the only person who missed me is my wife.
Don't count on even her missing you, Commissioner.
Shut up, Joey.
Oh, I see I'm talking to a married man. I assume you speak from experience.
You leave my wife out of this.
I told you to shut up, Joey.
Nobody makes cracks about my wife. I happen to love her. I don't care what anybody says.
He wants to see you.
Who's he?
You'll meet him when he's ready.
Oh, you mean Frank Carstairs? thanks. I've already eaten.
This is really terrific, Sergeant. It's so nice to meet a cop who hasn't forgotten what it's like to be hungry.
I don't think my stomach would let me forget.
I hope it doesn't cost you too much. I never think about money.
Nah.
I'm sorry I haven't been better company. I guess I've just been too busy eating.
Well, you're probably pretty tired, too. I'd be glad to drive you home. Where do you live?
Well, nowhere now. I just left a place I've been sharing with some kids on Page Street.
Do you work?
I'm a waitress.
Where?
You really are a cop, aren't you?
Okay. No more questions.
Look, I know what you're thinking. I'm really not like that. I worked at the Blue Cafe, and I went to art school, and I was living in this place with some kids, and, well, everything just sort of crumbled on me. I lost my job, and this other chick moved in. They asked me to leave. So I called my old man.
Your boyfriend?
No, my father. You really are nice. He lives outside Sacramento.
Then you're going home?
Yeah, if I can make it on time. He gave me the ultimatum. Sheila, you always say you're coming home, and you never make it. So make it tonight or forget it. That's where I was going when I walked into your car. Are you satisfied?
Oh, come on now, don't cry. I'll drive you home.
You mean all the way to Sacramento? Tonight?
Sure. It's only a couple hours. Why not?
That's great.
Well, I suppose we better get started.
Would you mind if I got some cigarettes before we left? No change. This always happens to me.
Oh, well, here, let me get you some. You stay here and finish your coffee.
But you haven't finished your coffee.
Then I'll be right back.
Good. Thank you.
Good evening, Commissioner.
Well, as I live and breathe, Frank Carstairs. I was wondering when you're going to find time for me. Syndicate keeps you up late, I see.
Oh, you know how it is, Commissioner. When you're in a position of responsibility, a lot of people depending on you.
I did, but then you've relieved me of my responsibility. What's the next step? Kill me?
Commissioner, how you talk. But I suppose in your line of work, one gets so used to violence.
Well, what does one get used to in your line of work, Frank?
Now you're prying. And to think I dropped in out of thoughtfulness to see if you had a good night's sleep.
That means you don't need me dead till tomorrow morning.
Commissioner, it's just violence, violence, violence with you, isn't it?
We're stopped. What happened?
Can't keep my eyes open. I'll take a little nap. Would you be certain that the doors are locked?
Sergeant? Sergeant? You're one sweet man, Sergeant.
No calls, Miss Jones. Cancel all appointments.
Be there, Benson. Benson.
Yes, Commissioner.
Police security.
Well, I'm sorry, Commissioner. We no longer have the Benson reports. You might try the sheriff's office.
Yes, sir.
Get me the sheriff's office.
The sheriff is online, too, sir.
This is Commissioner McMILLAN speaking.
Mark, how you doing, partner?
Great. You?
I can't complain. Molly and I was a little disappointed about it last weekend.
Oh, those things happen.
How's she feeling, anyway?
Oh, well, you know, Sally can't keep her down. A lot better, thanks.
Sally isn't feeling well?
Well, didn't you just ask about her?
Mike, last weekend you told me that you couldn't come over because your mother-in-law was ill. What's the matter? You get a better invitation?
Oh, no, You know how Sally is when someone in the family gets sick. She gets their symptoms out of sympathy. And I've been so worried about her, I completely forgot about her mother. Tell you the truth, I've been so preoccupied about this Benson investigation that I don't know what I'm doing half of the time. And that's why I'm calling you. I'm trying to get a rush report together for the mayor, and I'd like to get your fact sheet on Benson.
Mac, you sure are preoccupied. We sent everything we had here to the Department of Correction last week, remember?
Oh, that's right. Well, you see what I mean? Sorry I bothered you.
Yes, Commissioner.
Get me the Department of Correction.
Yes, Commissioner. Hi. Hello. May I help you? You must be new. Where's Miss Forsythe? She's out ill today. Oh, I hope it's nothing serious. I'm Mrs. McMillan. Oh. Is anyone with the commissioner right now?
I'm sorry. He's on the phone just
Okay.
now. The commissioner is terribly busy today. He's asked not to be disturbed.
Well, that's just the way I like it.
Commissioner, your wife is here.
Sally.
I wanted to thank you in person for remembering last night. I fell asleep last night with a smile on my face, thinking of you.
You don't know how much I wanted to be with you, but it was dawn before we got everything settled.
Poor man, how do you feel?
Oh, fine, fine. As long as I'm looking at you.
Well, it's not so bad spending the night alone when you get greeted with a line like that in the morning. How about lunch? You know, my marriage vows do entitle me to a minimum of 2 meals a day with you, and I did miss breakfast.
Well, I'd like nothing better, but...
But what?
Well, today's one of those days, and last night's meeting put me hours behind schedule, and I did promise to see Benson this afternoon.
Oh, I didn't know he was coming out of quarantine till tomorrow.
Well, I think I'll be safe enough.
Mac, will you be careful? You've never had the German measles. And as much as I would like you to spend a couple of weeks home in bed, I'd really rather that the reason be a little bit more romantic.
You're right. German measles is no joke.
Well then, how about lunch?
If I stay for lunch, I'll be late again tonight.
Gotcha. The sooner I go, the sooner you get to go home. I'm gone. And I'm not even going to call you this afternoon to remind you which anniversary we're celebrating tonight.
Commissioner, would you like me to go to the Department of Correction now?
No. Get me the district attorney.
All right, pal. Wake up. What's going on?
That's what I'd like to know.
Huh?
Spread eagle.
Huh?
Spread eagle.
I know what spread eagle is.
I'm sure you do, pal. Sorry about that, Sergeant.
Yeah, well, I'm just grateful I still have my identification. Only I wonder why she left it.
Sir?
Oh, nothing, officer.
What happened?
Well, I was tired, so I pulled over to sleep, but I never slept that soundly before.
Your car was unlocked, Sergeant. That's not such a hot idea. When I looked at your code plates, I thought you'd probably stolen it. What are you doing out this way?
Losing my job if I don't get back. Hey, I still got my watch, too. Is this thing stopped or is it afternoon?
It's afternoon, Sergeant.
Well, thanks for waking me. By the way, what were you doing all morning?
The doctor says he's doing fine. Now, what are you so worried about, Mac?
I just feel the fewer chances we take, the better.
That's exactly what we're doing. And with Sergeant Hubert on top of everything, the chances of a leak are virtually impossible. There is no way they can get to him in the hospital. Now, relax, will you?
Sure. But I'll feel better when we get him out of the hospital. I don't like it. Doctors, orderlies, nurses all over the place.
Come on, Mac. With the security we've set up, Angel of Heaven is as safe as a jail cell.
Oh, you're right. I do worry too much. You've done a wonderful job on security.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Let's check with Sergeant Hubert. Find out exactly when we can move Benson.
Right.
German measles, it couldn't be better.
Well, I suppose it would have been too much to hope for lockjaw. But at least moving him won't be likely to cause suspicion.
We'll arrange to have him taken out in an ambulance in your presence, so everything is very legal.
You'll have him tomorrow.
And make sure you deliver the wife at the same time. We'll take care of everything else.
Yeah, I know.
Commissioner, I was afraid you might be trying to reach me, sir.
Yes, it was. Where were you?
Well, listen, you're not going to believe the detour I took getting home last night. It was the classic roll job,
He calls, Miss Jones.
Just
The classic roll job, sir, except for one thing.
What was that?
I didn't get rolled. She didn't take a thing. Now, that just doesn't make sense, does it, sir?
Suppose we talk about this some other time, Sergeant. Right now, I have an assignment for you.
Oh?
I want you to go over Benson's testimony. Check out every name, address, date, and fact. We can't afford a mistake.
But, sir, he's given weeks of testimony. It'll take us at least a couple of days to double-check everything.
Then why not get started?
Yes, sir.
Miss Jones, come in for a minute, will you? I want you to call a florist. I want a dozen long-stemmed roses sent to Mrs. McMillan. And I want this message sent with the card.
Commissioner, I don't think Mr. Carstairs would approve.
That's what I thought you'd say. Well, you give Carstairs this message. I'm running this, and I'm running it right. The only slip-ups have been his. Like not knowing Benson was in quarantine and letting that sergeant get back here early. But I handle it, and I'll keep on handling it. So the smartest thing he can do is butt out while I make this thing work. You got that? And get me a florist! I'll place the order myself. I admire the sentiment on the card, but I phoned the florist and canceled the order. You mustn't make promises you can't keep. I can keep, and I plan to.
Now, don't be a fool. We have no way of knowing what goes on between a man and his wife.
Yeah, well, I'll let you know.
Now, listen, man, we have ways of
dealing with guys like you. Yeah, never entered my head you didn't. So I left an envelope addressed to the DA. Oh, his name's Chapman, by the way. With pictures before and after. And a notarized statement telling everything. It will be delivered in the event of my death or disappearance.
I must say, the more I know you, the more impressed I am.
Thanks. I expect the same reaction from Ms. McMillan. Should be interesting. I've never known a woman who loved her husband.
You're not going there to keep her from being suspicious. You're going there because you want to go there.
Yeah.
Did you listen to the super seducer of Palm Beach and points west? If Sally McMillan didn't believe you were her husband, you wouldn't get through the front door, let alone the bedroom. Just think about that when you hang that trophy from your charm bracelet. Evening, Commissioner. It's time for the 6 o'clock news. Do you mind if I watch it with you?
What's that supposed to do? Prove nobody missed me?
Come now, Commissioner. Don't underestimate your own importance and my intelligence. Of course you'll be missed. I just want your stay with us to be as pleasant as possible. Anything I can do for you?
I hate to suggest the obvious.
Well, I was thinking more along the lines of something special to eat. I'm dining at the Castle House. I'll bring you something from their menu.
Look, we both know you can't keep me here indefinitely. And you have only one other choice.
Oh, but you're so much more valuable to us alive. Already you've gotten us behind doors that were closed to us in the past. Look.
Commissioner, when will Benson testify again?
Comment on the Carstairs investigation. No comment. But there was an announcement.
I said no comment.
He even knows your favorite
When will
quote.
Benson testify?
No comment.
Commissioner, hey, look this way, Commissioner. Come on,
Commissioner,
just one
why
more
make an
thing.
announcement?
I have some information to give you. I'll give it to you.
Now look at today's weather. The high today.
They're very polite, is he?
Temperature at 6 o'clock is 62
Where'd you get him?
I'd better not answer that. He may want to go back when it's finished.
So that's how you're planning to get Benson.
Simple, isn't it? It even makes it look like you're working for us.
Well, let's see. After you kill Benson and me, and my double, I suppose, you're planning on killing Sally. You know that won't help anything. Why not leave her alone?
Commissioner, I really am not used to this kind of talk. And I'm about to have my dinner. So, if you'll excuse me. Good night, boys. See you in the morning. I'll be leaving the hospital shortly after 9. We'll all meet here at 9:30. Good night, Commissioner.
Another approach to present Mike Safety programs. They're by themselves or by letting various police departments come in. For that, too,
And that's exactly why he asked for it. He thought if you felt romantic about tonight, you'd forget about last night.
Mildred, I already told you. Mac explained about last night perfectly to me.
To you. To me, the jury is still out.
Mildred, there he is. Now,
Are you asking me to exit?
no, of course not.
I'm exiting. Don't worry. I can't see anything in here anyway.
Hi.
Oh, darling, I'm sorry I'm not as early as I hoped.
Well, that's all right. You're here now. That's all that counts.
Everything looks great. Especially you.
Would you like a drink?
Love one.
What would you like?
The usual.
Good idea. Notice anything?
You tell me.
It's the flowers. They stayed fresh. This little guy just opened about an hour ago. He seemed to know you weren't here last night. Thank you, darling.
Thank you, darling.
Mac, don't stay away all night again. I really missed you.
Let's pretend today never happened. It's last night, and we just came back from La Poulette together.
Okay. We'll just continue our celebration. You make the first toast. Oh, Sergeant, it's you. If you've come for my husband, I refuse to give him up tonight.
Well, I only need to talk to him for a minute, but if I've come at a bad time...
No, you can come in, but you gotta promise to leave the way you came, alone.
I understand. Is there, something wrong with the electricity?
No, Sergeant.
Oh, I'm sorry to barge in like this, sir, but, I was worried.
Oh? Darling, fix the sergeant a drink.
Mac, you know Sergeant Enright doesn't drink.
I meant apple juice. Or coffee. What would you like this evening?
Nothing. Thank you very much. This is only going to take a minute, sir.
Well, what's troubling you?
You are, sir. Your safety, sir.
His safety?
I'm perfectly safe.
Yes, sir, only I can't stop thinking about that girl last night.
What girl?
The girl that I picked up. No, I didn't pick her up exactly. I offered her a ride.
Well, it's close to the same thing.
Well, not really, because she didn't roll me, you see?
I don't see.
She didn't take my money. So I decided to check on her story. Now, she said that she worked at the Blue Cafe, but nobody there ever heard of her. And then I went to the address where she used to live. It's a used car lot.
You didn't really think her story would check out, did you, Sergeant?
But, sir, nothing checks out. Now, if she drugged me, then why didn't she take my wallet? Or my car? Or my badge? Or something? I don't think she ever intended to roll me.
What do you think were her intentions?
How could anyone have anything but honorable intentions with Sergeant Enright?
Well, somebody wanted me out of the way for a while, sir.
Oh? Why would they want that?
The only thing I can figure is that they wanted to get to you. And they felt that they had to get rid of me first.
Well, as you can plainly see, Sergeant, no one's gotten to me.
Not yet, no. But that's why I'm here, sir. I can stay here as long as you'd like.
Sergeant, you're letting your imagination get the best of you. And I appreciate your concern. But last night was an isolated incident, so put it out of your mind. And that's an order.
Yes, sir. Anything you say, sir. Are you sure that you and Mrs. McMillan will be all right here alone?
We'll manage, Sergeant.
Good night, Sergeant. Do you know, Mac, that if I weren't married to you, I'd work for you for nothing? Look at Sergeant Enright. He's so devoted to you. You know, that kind of loyalty has to be earned. You bring out that quality in people. You're one of a kind, you know that, Mac?
Am I? You're one of a kind, too. You make it so easy for me.
Why shouldn't I? I'm not just another trophy. I'm your wife, remember?
What if I weren't your husband?
Don't be absurd. That's too outrageous to even think about.
You're a lovely, innocent girl.
Innocent? How dare you use a word like innocent?
Because that's the word.
Are you all right? You seem so strange tonight.
Just tired. Let's retire early, shall we?
Well, there's nothing strange about that.
First, I better check with Sergeant Hubert before he goes off duty. See if everything's okay at the hospital. Sergeant Hubert, this is Commissioner McMILLAN. How's everything coming? Any more trouble?
Trouble?
Tonight? No, I think I should. Oh, she'll understand. Yes, I'll be there as soon as I can. I don't have time to explain.
You're right. A year wouldn't be enough time to explain to me why you have to go out again tonight.
You'll just have to trust me.
Honey, if you ask me...
I didn't.
Well, I was just going to say that
Don't.
Oh, I know. Whatever it is, he had a good reason. Boy, would I love to hear that reason.
Hello? I've got it, Mildred.
This is Enright. I'm sorry to wake you at this hour, but I'm still very worried about the commissioner. I'd like to speak to him if he's awake.
He already left, Sergeant.
So early?
Well, he had to see Sergeant Hubert. Some kind of trouble at the hospital.
Trouble? Well, why didn't he call me?
Well, I don't know, Sergeant. He must have had a reason.
All right, let's go.
Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Did you see how they set that guy up?
Man, you don't mess with Edward G.
Ah, shoot. What?
Fix it, will you, Johnny?
The trouble with that old film, just when it was getting so good.
If you don't want to spend your last hours watching a movie, Commissioner, you can always sleep.
I've tried that. There's something about this chair. Got a cigarette? Got a light?
Want me to smoke it for you, too?
Come on. Get in there, you little devil. Let's go.
that? Is that a soda?
No, that's a packet.
Hey, it's on fire! 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 Fire!
Dr. Haley, check with the intensive care desk, please. Dr. Norman
Hey, where's the
Haley?
commissioner? It's not here yet. But Hubert, his wife said he'd already be here with you.
I don't like any of this, Emily.
Any what?
Changing the schedule. We weren't going to move him for another day. Well, now the commissioner's called off all the extra security arrangements. Said the less people involved in the move, the less chance of a slip-up. I don't agree. Well, what was wrong with the arrangements we made?
Look, the commissioner knows what he's doing.
Yeah? Well, I disagree. I don't think we should be taking all these chances.
You know, the trouble with you, Hubert, is that you worry too much. If the commissioner doesn't show, there just won't be any transfer.
I'm Commissioner McMILLAN. Get in. I'll explain as we go.
Hello? Oh, am I glad you called.
I want you to meet me at Angel of Heaven Hospital at 9. Can you make it?
You bet I can make it.
We'll take a nice drive, and I'll explain everything.
You don't have to.
I have to hurry, Sally. Now drive in the main entrance and wait in the car. Goodbye.
Okay, goodbye.
Whatever the reason was, Mildred, I'm sure it was a good one.
Oh, Commissioner, they're ready for you on the second floor. I'm sorry, but I've been instructed not to ring through to that ward this morning. You who? Commissioner McMILLAN. Yeah? Well, look, Commissioner, this is a hospital, you know, and we really don't have time for that kind of humor.
Operator, I've been cut off. This is Commissioner McMILLAN. Connect me with Angel of Heaven Hospital again.
Boy, am I glad to see you, sir.
I'm surprised to see you, Sergeant. What about that assignment I gave you?
Well, I know, sir, but when I phoned you home and you weren't there, I was worried about
Well,
it.
as you can see, I'm perfectly fine, just as I was last night.
Yes, sir.
Give me the superintendent, please.
Is this the, Commissioner again?
Yes, it is.
Well, I'm sorry, but the superintendent hasn't come in yet. And for your information, buddy boy, Commissioner McMILLAN is here at the hospital right now.
Operator, Will you just page Detective Sergeant Charles Enright of the San Francisco Police Department, please?
Phone call for Sergeant Charles Enright. Phone call for Sergeant... Emergency call for Sergeant Charles Enright.
I better get that, sir.
Sergeant Charles Enright.
Take him to the ambulance loading area. Side entrance. I'll be there in a minute.
I'm Charles Enright.
House phone's around the corner, Sergeant. Nurse Coleman, please. EKG to 357. Nurse Coleman.
Yes, this is Charles Enright.
Just a moment, I'll get you your party. Your party is ready now, sir.
Enright, Mac.
What? Who?
Listen closely. Someone's impersonating me. I was held prisoner, but I've escaped, and I'm on my way to the hospital now. They're in the process of kidnapping Benson.
Look, forgive me for saying this, but this sounds absolutely incredible.
Right.
In fact, how do I know you're the real commissioner?
Trust your instincts. Has anything happened in the last 36 hours that seems strange to you?
I'm sorry, but I won't answer any more questions until I'm sure who I'm talking to.
In high school, you were a track star. You love egg rolls, and you don't drink.
What's my favorite dessert?
Apple crumb cake.
Commissioner. Well, they're already on their way down with Benson, sir.
Well, stop them. I'm nearly there.
Right. Goodbye. Sorry, you all right? Here, let me help you. Do they go in any particular order?
Sally.
Mac, this is such a nice surprise.
You see that limousine over there?
Uh-huh.
I want you to go sit in it. I'll see that this car gets home.
Why?
Please, Sally, just do it. For me.
Mac, what is it?
It's all over.
What's going on?
Give up.
What are you doing, Mac? Mac? Ah! Mac?
You all right?
I'm fine. It's just that I'm losing my mind.
Wait here. Promise me you'll stay out here.
The commissioner said he'd be here in a minute.
Commissioner!
I'm sorry.
There are two of them. Commissioner?
Where did the other one go?
Up those stairs.
Where's Benson, Sergeant?
Commissioner?
It's him, Charlie.
Where are they taking him?
They've taken him to the ambulance entrance.
All right, take these officers with you and get there in a hurry. Go on. I'm sorry. Let's get out of here.
Gentlemen, you're under arrest.
All right, move it.
Okay, Hubert, take him back up to his room, please. I told you, you worry too much.
Did he come this way?
No, sir.
Try that way. Did he come this way?
Oh, no, you don't. I've just been through that.
Apple crumb cake.
He went that way.
Maintain your positions, men.
Mac! Mac!
What?
Will you tell me what's going on?
Later.
Hey, what's on?
Which one do I shoot?
Nothing worse than a fight between twins.
Don't hit me. This face may be the only thing I get out of this job. It's amazing. Glad you approve. But I gotta tell you something, Commissioner. It's not just your face I like. It's the life that goes with it.
All right, I've got him covered, Commissioner.
Apple crumb cake, Sergeant. Oh, Commissioner. If you ever need a change, you might try Palm Beach. You do very well there. You got a point. I figure there'll be a vacancy for about 10 years.
Hi.
Hi. How was your day?
This is nice.
As nice as last night?
Mac, you don't think he had me fooled for a minute? I knew all the time.
What makes you so sure you have the right husband now?
Well, there's only one way to be absolutely sure. That was nice.